Shahid, as I was prepping for this interview yesterday, I was thinking about how the two of you effortlessly combine being really big stars with acting chops. And I was really thinking that when you pick a film, are you looking for a film that serves both these aspects of who you are? I mean, does it have to showcase the star as well as the actor? And is it even possible to be now a big star without being an actor?
First of all, I want to congratulate you for prepping for an interview before interviewing actors. because most interviewers first ask us, tell us what is your film about? I mean, shouldn't you be knowing that? If you're coming to interview us for Rangoon and tell us what your character is about, I mean, little bit prep is important for anyone, So it's amazing to know that you prepped for our interview last night. So that's really nice. Yeah. So the question, combining stardom with acting.
With acting, like, do you choose stories that will do both?
Anu, there is actually, I don't think there are movies are made like that. There are actually, but I don't think I can actually see a film and tell this can make money but might not give me, acting opportunity.
No, not money, but I'm saying maybe like keeps you looking a certain way. Maybe you don't get too ugly, for the lack of a better word.
I never really fit into that sort of category from the beginning, whether it's a Revolver Rani or it's a Datto's character, or I've never really fit into that sort of. So from the beginning, my launch was with Gangster. So for me, like, a script is just a story, and whatever it demands me to do. Like, for me, I felt it was very actually tiring to at times look so glamorous for Julia. I felt like this is so demanding in a different way. Like, I remember wearing those tight corsets and fighting in those corsets and wearing that hat and not letting my liner go haywire, because my characters usually give me that freedom of just being myself and emoting to the situation. But for Julia, I felt that for a certain part, I have to look so larger than life in terms of the glamour and the beauty aspect of it. But then again, that was a demand of that certain portion of the film, and then it just fizzles out. Yeah, I don't think
you don't do it. Shahid, do you?
Never really did.
Do you ever say that? I don't know.
No, I think the voice has to be singular. I think we actors tend to overcomplicate things, and I've felt like I've asked myself too many questions before doing a film, sometimes while doing a film. But I think essentially you need to listen to your instinct, and just for me it's very much about, does this excite me? Can I give 1 year of my life to this? Does it offer me a new opportunity to do something that I haven't done before? And is this something I would want to go and watch? It's pretty much as simple as that. And I think the simpler you keep it, the better it is, because we don't live in a time today where you can predict which film is going to do what number. I mean, we're sitting here 1 month away from Dangal, which was essentially not a commercial film. And the numbers that it has done, it has outperformed every other film.
Yeah, and it certainly didn't serve the vanity of Amir Khan. I mean, he was playing an overweight old man, and look at what it did.
So I don't think vanity is essentially something people want to come and watch in theatres anymore. Of course, people want to have a good time, people want to be entertained, people want to see good looking visuals, but that cannot be the only thing people want to do. I think people want to watch different content. So as far as you're giving them a new experience which is not limiting a certain audience out, I think the doors are wide open. I think the audience today has recognized the fact that cinema is not just about entertainment, it's experiential.
So for coming back to your question, to me it was a fresh change that a director actually sees me as someone who's beautiful and who two men can fall in love with. So for me, like, it was a refreshing change. So the way who would...
You're not being dumped at the altar.
Precisely, and someone who, like, the brief for my character, they're bad dancers, people look through them, or even a character like Tanu is extremely attention seeker, because she doesn't get it clearly, So for a change, this is Julia, and she's apparently very beautiful, and there is a charm to her which is unusual. So I'm like, oh wow. And the way he would tell his crew that the way he would describe to the DOP and the designer, I want Kangana to look this way because she's so beautiful, and I'm like, this adjective has never been used for me. So for me it was a refreshing change. I liked being beautiful.
So a few years ago, I was talking to Priyanka Chopra about great directors. And here's what she said to me, which I loved. She said, an amazing director is, working with an amazing director is like wearing couture. You know the difference. You know the fit, you know how it will fall. You will know that the outfit will be incredible no matter what the finish and the fitting and the stitching and the fabric. It will all be the best. There will be no compromise. A good director is like that for an actor.
Yes.
And there are very few of them. And of course, she included Vishal in this. I mean, what is it like to work with him? Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Something like that. It's the voice of God.
It is the voice of God. Vishal, dun, 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 dun. But how did he shape you as actors? You, of course, are a
Yeah.
BB veteran now.
Yeah, if there was one, I guess my dad was one before. He's done 3 films with him, and yeah, now I've done 3. I think Tabu's done 3 films with him. So that's a great set of actors to be in the list. I made it to a list which has my dad and Tabu in it. He is definitely the most relevant filmmaker in my career. He's actually responsible for me knowing that I'm a good actor, if I may say so myself. He has helped me find a side in me which I think I didn't know existed, which was the need to rediscover myself and to do something new in every film. The need to play a character which is not driven by looks or by dancing quality, or just to play a new character, to play a new silhouette, to surprise the audience, to do something different, and to be bold and brave and fearless of all the trappings that come with wanting to be a hero, so to say. So I think he brought that out in me in Kamine and kind of helped me completely assimilate and process it when I did Heather. And now there is Urta, and now there's Rangoon, and then there's Padmavati. So that journey is kind of now taken off for me. But he was the one who helped me kind of recognize it. So I will always be very, very grateful to him for helping me realize that.
And for you, Kangana, how did he shape you?
Yeah, I think he recognizes something special, you know, in every individual, whether it's a designer or a makeup artist. So he has a knack for spotting the best in people. That's what I felt. And when he hired me for this job, also there were many names that were offered, you know, but he was really hell-bent on hiring me for this particular job. So I think he is very special in terms of his talent as a director. And I remember even doing this, like, I'll give you an example of a look test. You know, we did many look tests, and I thought with every look test I looked fine. Like, I looked like I was from the 40s, and I looked an actress and all of that. But he won't be satisfied, you know. He was looking for something, and then he cut my hair. Like, he literally, you know, stood there when Aduna was cutting my hair, and a certain shade of lipstick, and even with Shahid's character, remember, they were toying with the idea of making him a Sardar. So there were extensions put, and they were like.
Yeah, but eventually he always cuts your hair.
But, you know,
Take it from me.
Yeah, so like there were like 30 days. Like, our schedule was actually not rolling, because I would know that Shahid's extensions are not working.
You know what I really love about him is the ambition. You know, jo udaan hai na,
Yes.
even when you don't like the movie, you can't accuse him of playing within the formula or
Yes.
staying in a box. He
Yes.
will try something
Yes.
no matter what it is. And clearly, in terms of ambition, Rangoon it seems to be like to the next level.
Yes.
You know, I mean, with all the scale and the war and the love and the romance. Just walk me through, like, what was the hardest day on set? Take me through it.
You know, he is very ambitious, and he is not scared. Like, you know, there is nothing that the way he's written the script, characters are drowning in Brahmaputra, and then characters are coming out of and in a jungles where, you know, where actually literally virgin locations, and you know, helicopter shots on virgin locations. So, I mean, where's the crew going to stay? You know, and I mean, you will take your lead actress shots drowning in Brahmaputra is like ambitious, you know. And then in the winters, obviously characters digging graves, and then it's raining also, and making out in the mud. Like, so he really goes all out, you know, to add to the drama through the environment, through the you know, and the I think it's amazing how he never really shies away from the obstacles that's going to come in his way. His actors are going to fall sick, they're going to catch you know, fever, and he's going to fall sick, and we will be literally camping, you know, like in the jungles, and he doesn't shy away from anything. He doesn't really care about the obstacles. He just is out there, you know. The spirit is
there was
amazing.
never a moment when either one of you felt like, "Bahut ho gaya, I really need a comfortable bed and some warmth."
I think for me the mud scene was like that. We were
The one that's in the promo, where both of you are.
Yeah, so that went on for 2 days, and by the end of it, the garment got really heavy because the mud will just stick on. It got some 80 kgs, and we were shooting in Film City jungles on that really high altitude, that helipad, and it was really windy and very cold. So it'll get really cold, and at one point I literally felt that, you know, can I just disappear? Can I just not come back ever to, like, and because obviously I can't go home, they'll bring me back from my house. Can I like just disappear from the face of this earth? I remember feeling that way. They put towels on me, the heaters around me, and a cup of tea like that in my hand, and I'm like, can I please not exist? I remember feeling that.
Yeah, it was my third, so I was.
You know the drill. Shantami, is she intimidating to work with? 3-time national award winner, and I read this amazing description of you: feisty, fighter, feminist. I was like, wow, they were really going for alliterations there.
Yeah, no, the only person I'm intimidated of is Vishal sir. I don't really feel intimidated by co-actors because I don't think it's a journey where we are against each other. You know, I think
it's unhealthy.
The only way great films can be made and great partnerships are made is by working in collaboration. So there are a lot of people I know who do treat it very differently and who feel it's competitive, and you know, they have a very it's all about me kind of energy about them. That's not who I am at all. You know, I've tried that and I didn't enjoy it. So no, not at all. I mean, I've worked with people like, you know, Tabu and Irfan, and you know, who are
really fine actors.
So it's only exciting. I think it's exciting.
And you're a little bit intimidated by Vishal. Is he a screamer?
Because of what he writes. It's just he gives you roles that are very demanding. You know, he gives you stuff which really makes you wonder. Like Hamlet is such a difficult role. I mean, I still feel I missed out on so many things. I still feel I missed out on a lot. So he does that to you. You know, he gives you these roles which really, you know, make you wonder whether you're capable of being able to do them. You know, it's just being able to deal with that. That's difficult.
Kangana, you and I did an interview in 2013.
Yes.
Which sort of just went all over the place.
Yes.
It went viral, and I remember one of the things that really stayed with people was this thing about where you know, Shahid, if you haven't seen it, she talked about her problems with marriage and why she didn't understand why people get married. And the thing she said was, which really stayed with people, was we have to prepare our girls like superheroes, like we prepare our men, and not have a ready setup to be given to another man like a fully trained dog to take care of the house. Now, this was, you were saying back then that, you know, I think, you know, why do people marry? But like 3 days ago, I read an interview where you were saying you're going to marry this year. So what's changed?
No, I remember that, and it's true that at one point it feels like the most unbelievable thing. Like, why do people get married? I think being in your early 20s and mid 20s has that kind of a freedom. And I remember when my mother used to tell me, I'm like, she doesn't understand my lifestyle, and you know how and also I had a bit of a gypsy attitude. I think somewhere in late 20s, when maternal instincts kick in, you know, and you start to actually see things very differently, and I don't know, it's not the insecurity of growing older, but it's really nice to come back to a partner who's watching your back. And also because I've been through relationships where I really felt that people do behave differently when they have a companion as a wife, or maybe it's the conditioning of a patriarchal society or what it is, but not falling prey to that trap. But I just feel that in my generation, people just come with this, you know, the Tinder generation, you know, like looking over each other's shoulders, always trying to see a better catch. I think that has really caught on with my generation, and I just feel that nobody really tries their best. I mean, apart from me, I don't see many people can really. So I feel that. I want to give my best to a relationship, and I thought without the package of legal hassle and the legality of it, it would be really great to be in that equation where you give your best to each other and you come back to each other without even really having to come back to each other. It's very philosophical and can set you free if you can afford that. But I've failed miserably at that.
You learned the hard way.
And guess what? Now the second plan is, I don't know, when I sit with you 3 years later, what will I say about marriages? But how about doing it and then seeing what happens after it?
But you said this year, so it's this year then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, here's a poster child for marriage.
He actually gives me a lot of encouragement. Like I have someone who I deeply love, and the person also loves me, but I'm not really keen on dating. And the example I have is Shahid. Look at Shahid. You can right away jump into it. I'm like, yeah, it can work. So, so he's the
just
poster
smiling.
boy.
Do you have a question? I'm just wondering if you have, because she's spoken everything about whether you should get married, you shouldn't get married. इसने दोनों side बता दिए, तो कुछ बचा नहीं है बोलने के लिए.
No, she's saying that there's someone who loves her, but she doesn't want to date him.
I don't want to date.
Oh really?
I just want.
You don't want to date?
No, I just want to get into
marriage. So you
marriage
want to love
now.
from far away? What do you want to
No,
do?
I want to get married.
You want to straight get married?
Yes, and you are the. Every time I have an argument about that, your topic comes up.
Me and my wife fell in love in the process of getting married, I would say. So I mean, it's not like we loved each other we didn't know each other from before, but that's a very unique.
It's a great
kind of
leap of faith
circumstance
there.
and yeah, of course it is. I think marriage, whether you love each other or not, is a leap of faith.
No,
Yeah.
but no, my situation is not an arranged marriage or anything. I'm just joking about it. But yeah, that's what I hope to do. But let's see.
Do you both find acting therapeutic?
Therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's enriching. It's also draining. I think acting is like life, and I think it teaches you a lot more than maybe you could have learned if you had a normal life, if I may say so. It can be the most satisfying and sometimes the most painful experience, but I love it. So I am in love with this job, and therefore I'm obsessed with it, and I can't look beyond it. Whether I am happy or sad, this is what I love to do. So for me, that's the relationship.
But
It's like marriage.
Coming back.
You can't do with it, you can't do without it, but if you're in love, you're in love. You just want to be in it.
Yeah, acting is therapeutic. A part of it is when you do. I think when you that part of falling in love. It's just like that. When you get a new character and you study it, and that's the time you start to fall in love. And getting into is amazing, but actually expressing it through your body is actually a bit stressful. Because these characters demand artificial arousal of emotion, which can actually get to you after a point. But studying it from far away, creating graphs and having various ideas and getting exposed to lives that you would never know about is very exciting. But actually doing it is very hard.
Kangana had said in an interview that women should silence their critics through sarcasm or success.
Yes.
Which I thought was a great line. What should men silence their critics with?
I think if there is anybody who needs to be strong about their rights, I think it's women. So I'm very much on the side of women. I think men have had it good for very long, and let me be one of the first to jump boat and say, please keep me on the boat with all the women. So I think they have all the right to take what is rightfully theirs. I do believe women are the better of the two sexes. I feel they're stronger, they're more evolved, they're better with their emotions, they're more efficient, they're more loving, they're more caring. So I'm all for women. I don't think men need to say anything. We should all just shut up.
Very good.
Very good. तेरी permission दे रही है मेरे को ये देखो. Very good.
Welcome to our boat. I suspect it's a better boat.
I know it's a better boat. I've been on the other one.
Thank you so much, and all best for Rangoon.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see it. Thank you.
If you like this video,
Please subscribe to
Film Companion.